Good morning everyone, and welcome back to our live stroll with Azra. If you're a regular, you might know that we weren't out and about doing it yesterday. We were away over the weekend, which I'll come on to in a minute. But we did in the end do a live stroll. Along the Armour front, and it was absolutely bitter, guys. Wind, cold, no rain. The rain came later. We'll go on to that in a bit. But if you're interested in seeing the walk along Great Yarmouth Seafront, the live one, that was definitely out on the channel. And then the main vlog, I'm hoping, will be coming out tonight. I've been having massive problems trying to get it on, and I don't know why at the minute. I'm going to try and do the download at work to see if I can get it to have work there, because otherwise it might be a problem with the internet at home, but I'll look into that later anyway. So what's everybody up to today? It is Monday the 16th of February. As I said, it is cold and we've got a bit of a breeze, but no rain at the minute. The rain that we had yesterday, guys, last night once we were home, well, I'll tell you about coming back in a bit, but the rain we had yesterday evening, it didn't stop for a good 2 hours, and it was pouring, absolutely pouring. Come on, Azra. It was pretty wet. So, obviously I was telling you last week what we were doing Saturday and Sunday, and then obviously Saturday morning I summarised. But obviously I'll go on and tell you a bit more about it now. Good, that car's going the other way. Go on, Azra. So Saturday morning was the normal to start. We took her for our live stroll. We then took Mum to have her hair done. I was home probably by about 8:30, something. Oh, Ezra's going to the loo. We'll just sort that out first, guys. Good thing I did drink 2 bags. Listen, 2 packs, Ezra. I think there's more on those rolls than there are. Just bear with, guys. Lovely. Right. So a few people joining up now, so welcome. Thanks for joining up. So we left home as scheduled at 9 o'clock on Saturday, and we made our way to Braintree, to the outlets at Freeport. And Julie wanted to get some tea from a tea shop, and that was fine because I wanted to go have a look at a couple of shops myself anyway, and it isn't really, but it can be sort of on the way. So we managed to do that. Hi to everyone commenting. We are out every day at this time of morning. Obviously you're a newbie to the channel. Welcome, do like and subscribe. This is our morning stroll with Azra. We're normally out for about 45 to 50 minutes at this time during the week. At the weekends it is later, and Sunday is the only day at the minute we can do this in the daylight hours because we go out much later. We're out about 7, 15. Come on, Azra, lead on. So yeah, that's what we're doing out at crazy o'clock. Thank you for liking the live stream, and if you can subscribe as well, it really does mean a lot to the channel as well. Another good week. Last week I think we had 20 subscribers, so that's 55 in 2 weeks. That is pretty good going for my little channel, and it's people like yourselves that support the channel that really help. So yeah, we went round there, and then Julia suggested we got brunch whilst we were there, because we were going to be having a big meal in the evening, which I'll come on to in a minute. So we went to a place called Bill's. Now, I don't know how many there are. I know there's one in St Albans, and obviously now there's one in Braintree. Whether there's anywhere else, don't know. But we both had Bill's big brunch, which was it was eggs, bacon, hash brown, beans, sort of like a breakfast, I suppose, guys. It was lovely. Enjoyed that very much. So I think in the end we left there about midday. So we got there about 10, we left about midday. So there was no intention of being there ages and ages, because we knew we had 2 hours from there to get to Great Yarmouth. Go on, Azra. So there's definitely no intention of being there for ages. We left there. Julia nominated herself to drive that stint, and she got the better end of the deal in the end, to which I'll come on to. But it was very much quite a country way of doing it from there. Yeah, there was a bit of sort of A road in there as well, but a lot of it was sort of single carriage A road. And the only thing I'll say is there's quite a lot of sort of speed reducing, sort of from 60 to 50 to 30 and up again, all that nonsense. Anyway, we managed to get there about 2 o'clock in the end. So, as I say, 2 hours it was from Braintree to Great Yarmouth. Our room was ready, so we literally just went through the stuff up in the room. We'd agreed the weather was beautiful on Saturday afternoon. Blue skies, decent temperature, and no wind. So we said we'll go for a lovely walk. So we went for a walk right along the beach to the second of the 2 piers, which is the Wellington Pier, which is, if you come into Great Yarmouth, it's the furthest one away. If you're coming, I suppose, from Norwich, that makes sense. So we were up the Britannia Pier end, a bit further up, going towards sort of where the holiday parks are and what have you. And yeah, we were out. It was a good, I reckon it was a good hour and a half. We did 3 miles. The walk, Azra, did 3 miles, which was pretty fair going. Sort of meet and greet before the meal started at 7:30. So Julia wanted to do her nails and all that sort of razzmatazz that women do. So she did all that. Went down for 7:30. Had a nice drink. Meal was all 100%. What did I have? I had chicken pate and bread. I had beef duo, which was sort of 2 lots of normal beef, and then beef, it wasn't Wellington, it was beef sort of pudding, as it were. It was lovely, actually. And then dessert, I had orange, sort of, it's like a cherry chocolate, orange chocolate cheesecake almost. It was lovely, really was nice. And it was lovely, absolutely lovely. Maybe I'm a bit vague and a bit stupid. I have no idea what that last comment, the abbreviation for the songs is. No idea. We don't need to do songs anyway, so we won't worry about it. Okay, so meal was all absolutely top notch. I think we eventually went up after sort of the music and entertainment at about 11 o'clock. So it's a good night. That's quite late for us, guys. Come on, Azra, lead on. It was quite late for us. And then I got up on Sunday to a complete change in the weather. Wind and cold. But I promised I would try and do a live stroll, to which you may have seen by now. I've no idea. But if you watch it, I was having sand blown back in my face. It was bitter. Absolutely bitter, guys. If you want a good laugh, watch that. It's only about 15-20 minutes because that's all I could cope with. Anyway, got back, had a quick shower, went down for breakfast in the end at 8:30. We were going down at 9, but I've been keeping an eye on the weather on sort of Saturday afternoon for the Sunday morning, and they were actually threatening snow across the southeast and east on Sunday morning into the afternoon, and I just didn't want any of that. So we left at 9 o'clock in the end, and I drove. And I'm telling you something, guys, from the time we left to the time we got home, it did not stop either raining, sleeting or snowing the whole way. It was horrendous. We did go and get my contact lenses. Now that was in a completely different direction. We actually passed home to go and get them, but we didn't stop. We phoned James and said, we're just going to go and get my contact lenses, can't be bothered to go out next weekend to get them. So we did that. Come on, Azra. Good girl. So it took us in the end, from door to door, 3 hours to get home. I reckon we'd have been home in just over 2 hours had we just gone straight home. So, although the weather was pretty crap, because it's quite early on a Sunday morning, a lot of people either weren't out or they hadn't gone out. There were still quite a few cars on the road though, but no morons, and that's always good. People keeping their distance, being sensible, speeds, all that sort of stuff. No nonsense. And then I have to say, Julia did drive the last half an hour from Vision Express back to home, which was quite nice. So yeah, that was our weekend. Now we're at the Imperial Hotel in Great Yarmouth. It's a 4-star hotel and it's lovely. We always get treated very well there. We wouldn't go back if we weren't. And I did do a room tour, which is already on the channel. And as I say, the main vlog, I'm hoping it will be coming out today. Probably be 6 or 7 o'clock tonight, don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But watch that, because you really get an idea. Although it wasn't the warmest when we were doing the walk, you get an idea of the area that we were in and how long it takes, because I kept on going with the recording. We didn't stop, apart from one bit. We went on the new pier where the amusement arcades were, all that sort of stuff, guys. So if you are interested, it'll be out at some stage today, tomorrow. Depending on how quick the upload is. And as I was saying, there's one bit I was a bit worried about copyright, but having watched it a couple of times doing the editing, I'm not sure it'd be a problem actually. It was so brief, the music, and if it was 5 seconds and I was talking the whole time, but because I had the speakers on, microphones on, it was quite evident. So we'll wait and see what YouTube have got to say about that. It's either going to be alright or not. If it isn't alright, I'll have to do a bit of editing over that little section. It won't take me long, because it's literally all it was, about 5 seconds. Ridiculous, really, if I have to. Anyway, weighed myself this morning. It wasn't pretty, guys. I think I put on about 4 pounds with all the eating over the weekend. So we're back to the strolls and sensible eating again. Got just over a month until our surprise holiday, and I want to look a little bit better for that than I do now. So my first goal, I've put myself in a position where I could actually do walks and get out and about without my leg playing up, is achieved. Again, if you've been with me before, you will know that I had an accident coming back from Euro Disney in October last year, popped my hip, did a lot of damage to my thigh as well. No need for an operation, but physio and lots of exercises in between times. We are now feeling, car coming, Azra. We are now feeling a lot better. It still aches, don't get me wrong, which obviously is annoying, because the right leg, which was always, if you like, my worst leg, don't hurt at all. But from not being able to hardly do a mile, to now being back up to doing these 2-3 mile walks every day is unreal, really. No bird song yet, guys. Is it a bit early still, maybe? What is the time? 5:20. A little bit maybe, not a lot, it's not that early. We're normally out about this time, aren't we? I think we'll hear it more when we get to the high street nearer the churches. I could sit there all day and listen to bird song. Come on, Azra. So, a little bit there. Lovely. And it will get more as we get further into the stroll as well. They're reasonably often on morning for viewers. It's all right. Do you know what? Mondays are always like this a little bit. Then the week builds up, and we get lots more. So I never worry too much about low figures. It's never worried me really, to be honest with you. I do this as a hobby, guys. I'm out anyway doing this, and I just enjoy bringing you guys with me as well. We're very lucky. Oh, I thought we were going to hear some more birds. We're very lucky in the village. We've got some nice walks. As it gets lighter, we'll be able to do a lot more during the week. Once it's only Sunday, really, we can get out and do the sort of more country walks, because I've got the daylight. Go on, keep going. We make very much use of street lights, no artificial lights. We'll be back on the high street in about 1 minute. We'll have better light again. And then it's more or less a straight road all the way home. Which again, we're still sort of 20-25 minutes away from that. So we've still got a while to go, guys. If you can put up with me, or just put me on mute and enjoy the stroll, but then you won't hear the bird song. So just suffer with me. Got a car coming up behind us. Won't be a problem for Azra. You might know again, if you've been with me before, she does not like cars. She was found at the side of a road in a box when she was rescued. She is a rescue dog. She's a cross between a Labrador and a Beagle. So even now, after having her almost 4.5 years, in May it will be 4.5 years, they don't forget, like humans, isn't it, I guess, if you have bad memories. It's one of those things. Come on, Azra. It's gone the other way, don't worry about it. Come on, onwards. Lead on, come on. Hopefully we'll see a bit more of Azra now. Come on, Azra. Now we've only got quite a narrow path. Come on. Good girl. She very much sort of, because she's got the longer lead, sort of goes off and, what's the word, explores. And that's good, I like her. But I also like her on the high street, being able to see her, especially with cars along here as well. I can see them and react. Julie did comment when we were out on the, well, she didn't come on the live stroll yesterday, but the long stroll on Saturday. She said, your pace is right back up again where it was prior to Euro Disney. And it is. It's so good to be able to do again what I'm doing with the live strolls, and obviously pain-free as well, because I was trying to do it, but I don't find places to sit, and it was just ridiculous. And what was normally taking me sort of 45 minutes was taking me more like an hour. So I was having to be strategic with my strolls, and obviously finding seats to sit down on for a few minutes. Yeah, so welcome back to the game. So we were just where we were was the most southerly tip of the village. We're sort of heading almost to the most northerly tip, not quite, but not far off. As I said, from that point, which was about 2 or 3 minutes ago, we've got about another 20 minutes or so of this stroll, so hopefully you're enjoying, if you're watching it live or whether you're watching it on the replay. As I say, I want to try and have another good week. Subscribers, I have got to do a bit more work with the shorts tomorrow morning. I forgot to bring my other phone in my rush to get out. I forgot to bring it, so I've got to do a little bit more work with the shorts. Depending on viewers, when we get to the village, I might end this there and do a couple. I don't know, I'll see. I don't think it really matters. I've got the stuff coming out today, so it's not really a drama, to be honest with you. If nothing gets done today, to be honest. This is where having the free hand really helps, guys. There you go, you can see it. I can use the other phone to do some strolls. Anyway, well, as it stands, we won't be doing it today. Just depends. We're certainly doing a good time. What are we now? Is that 35 minutes? So 25 minutes, I say, blimey. 25 minutes we've been going. And we're doing well for time. I reckon easily be home in 40 minutes, providing no drama happens. And that's either a dust cart or the bus. I think it's a dust cart on a Monday. Oh, well, it is. Something with a trailer. We won't worry too much about it. At the minute, Azra, come on. She's worrying about it already, guys. It might be the bus, actually. Yeah, it was a bus. She just hates anything motorised. And we've got both coming now. Yeah, the bigger one as well. She hates it, but at least it gets it out of the way. There might be another smaller one coming out in a bit, but very unusual to have them both out at the same time, so that might be it now. If you've been with me on the medium stroll before, you'll know this road in front is where we come out. So it's quite a big sort of jump between doing the long and the medium stroll. And when we do the medium stroll, we usually extend it as well. And we're not doing that today. It's just a direct line of sight all the way home now, which is to say about another 15 minutes or so. If you're new here, do like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to the channel. As I always say, on a Monday, view numbers are always a little bit low. I'm not worried. I just do these because I'm out with her. And I enjoy your company, guys. The real numbers sort of come later on in the week. And it is early, guys, as well. I always accept that. I have to be out at this time because of work commitments and everything. So I'm appealing to audiences sort of around the world as well as the UK. For example, I think on Saturday we were out at 6, a bit later than today, and we were speaking to someone in America, which is quite regular actually, to speak to someone in America, but you also get sort of the sort of late morning, early afternoon, sort of Australia, Asia, sort of subscribers and viewers as well. So you do have sort of a wide range of people watching. I think sort of if you're talking about sort of Dubai and places like that, they're sort of three hours ahead of us, I think it is. So you've got people sort of late morning, early afternoon, evening, and then late at night in the Americas. So wide range. But it's quite nice to speak to people. It's very quiet with the birds this morning, guys. Whether it's because it's a bit colder this morning, because we're not a lot earlier now, but it is quite a lot chilly. I didn't say at the beginning of the stream, it's about 4 degrees this morning. It was a lot colder yesterday with that wind as well. It must have been more like 0 on that seafront yesterday. My eyes were streaming. It was bitter, guys. Absolutely bitter. If you want to have a laugh, watch that live show. I had sand blasted in my face. It is well worth a watch if you get a chance. Only 20 minutes of your life. Car coming from the other way. I must say quite a lot of cars, when they see the lights, I've got 3 lights on me and 1 on her, a lot of cars do just sort of throttle off. There's one in particular that seems to go faster, which I've pointed out before. I don't know what he's playing at when he does that, other than being an idiot. Anyway, by the end of this white cottage up here, that's when the main sort of village starts. From the point of view of the shops, there's not a lot here, guys. Do it maybe once, maybe twice a week. So I'll do it this morning as we're talking about it, what there is here. Don't get too excited. It'll be over when you blink. So directly in front there, at the end of the white building, is the smaller building. That is our local fish and chip shop. Haven't been there for a while, but it's changed hands, and we have been in there a couple of times since it has, and it's pretty good. So, yep, that's our local fish and chip shop. coming up on the right hand side, you can see a doorway with a light looking out towards us. That's the original barber shop in the village. There is another one actually closer to us, and a nail bar on the right hand side. You might be able to see the barber spinner thing there, just a bit up above the shop door. They've changed hands multiple times over the last few years. There's a church spire over there. I'll never show you that. There you go, church spire over there. We've still got the bees up here saying be happy. Or just, it is still be happy, isn't it? Yes, be happy, yeah. I no doubt the Easter one will be coming soon. And then we've got the local pharmacy and co-op here on the right hand side, just here. Then we've got a butcher on that side, just the other side of the traffic light there. And then there's another little shop on this side. And then that is about it, guys. So as I say, blink and you'll miss it. There isn't loads. Right, come on, Azra, let's go. Car's going the other way, that's all right. Go on, keep going. Lead on. Old phone box over there. I'm quite surprised, guys, I've not been coughing this morning. I've got a bit of a cold over the weekend. And what I didn't tell you, on Saturday night when we were getting ready to go out, I felt quite unwell. I'm not going to go into detail because you don't need to. But suffice to say, I was a bit worried about going down at one point. I was really rough. But I stayed the course. But that is sort of why we went up a bit earlier as well. Because it did go till midnight. But we went up at 11 because I wasn't feeling great. And I think it was probably about the right time, to be honest. Okay, so coming up on the right hand side, this is the second sort of mini sort of supermarket here. And then the last thing, and we're a bit away, this all flooded along here yesterday where we had all the rain. Come on, you just walk straight through it, Azra. We've got the village hall. It's actually called the village hub. Good girl. And it used to be the site of the old police station, which is now, as I say, been transformed completely. As I say, into the local sort of village sort of hub, which is over there where the red sign is. I'll show you a bit more when we get there. But yeah, you can get sort of light sort of snacks there, stuff like that during the day. We never do because obviously we're at work. But I'm not sure if they're open at the weekend. I think they are. There you go. Come on, miss. Come on, miss. Come on, Azra. Good girl. And that's about as much as there is in the village to offer, guys. So, nothing too exciting. Go on, keep going. Leave them. Nothing too exciting to see, really, from that point of view. And once we are able to do the long strolls, we won't be seeing any of that, or briefly, because we'll be back over the fields, which we sort of have to cut across High Road, a little bit back there. So I have to stick to these sort of walks, as I've said many times before, because of the light, and also not want to get filthy dirty. Although I've got my lovely boots on now rather than trainers, it's still a nightmare having to clean them every morning if you're going to get filthy. It's bad enough on a Saturday after James's football. his football match is Sunday this week, not Saturday. It's a friendly. They've now got enough players to play the game, which is nice. But as I say, it is a Sunday. So that does kill us a little bit for going to the cafe with Mother. We might do it on Saturday. I see how everyone feels. It means getting up super early on Saturday. But we can have a bit of a lie-in on Sunday. Not that I ever have a lie-in, guys. They can have a lie-in. I never have a lie-in. Go on. A lie-in for me on a Sunday. Probably about 6 o'clock, as opposed to getting up about 5 o'clock. I was very aware back there, and I didn't say anything at the time, and it might not have shown, depends where the camera was aiming. There was someone in the bus stop and he was listening to what I was saying. And well, don't worry about it, but he was a bit of a strange looking chap actually. So I have to keep my eye on him, be concerned about traffic, as I am again now, and sort of carrying on sort of talking. Oh, blimey. The world is waking up all at the same time. Go on, Azra. Let's go. I think we've got more coming as well. Where's everyone going? Don't usually see anybody or any cars, or not that many anyway. And now, it seems like the world is waking up, and we're not late this morning. In fact, we're early. Maybe they've all come out to enjoy the live stroll with us. Who knows? As I say, we're getting towards the tail end now. So if you can like and subscribe, it does mean a lot to the channel. We are out every morning, unless it's absolutely horrendous weather. And even then, you see me out. It just isn't very fun, guys. Getting cold and wet. But Azra and me, we both need our exercise, really. Don't we, Azra? She would say no, but she never went out yesterday in the end. Because by the time I got home, it was pouring with rain. And as I said to you, it didn't stop. James did ask if you should take her out, but I said about putting a wraparound lead on. He doesn't like wearing the wraparound lead. I'm doing it for him because then he uses all his body weight. She's quite strong as she sees a car, as you've seen, or another dog. But in the end, she didn't go out yesterday. So she was my best friend when I said about going out this morning. She'll sulk when we get home and I make her go in her bed because she won't be able to go up and see Julia because she's wet. I had to towel her off. Then she can go and sit in her bed or come and sit with me downstairs. She's not going upstairs. And hasn't been now for quite a while. Once we get the dry weather again, I don't mind that so much. But when it's like this, it's just, she's definitely not going upstairs. It's bad enough I go upstairs when Ralph's been up there and he's crunched his carrot on my side of the bed. Talking about that on the stroll on Saturday as well. Alright guys, we are now getting towards the last minute or two, so hope you've enjoyed the live stroll. There's been someone watching pretty much the whole way around, so you are officially the Iron Man or woman of the group. Thank you for that. Do like and subscribe, as I've said. Does mean a lot to the channel. Go on. I haven't really spoken about Liverpool. If I think about it, we'll do it tomorrow, because they actually looked like they actually played pretty well. I didn't see the game on Saturday night, guys, because I was with Julia at the Valentine's ball, but I kept sort of one eye on it, and from what I've heard, they played the best they've played in a long, long time. So the goal certainly looked good. I wanted to watch some of the game on catch up, because we can do that, obviously. So if I think about it, I'll put that on. Maybe this morning whilst I'm having breakfast. Come on, Azra, lead on. I think she's been listening to me telling me she can't go upstairs when we get home. Right, guys, Enjoy your Monday. We'll reconvene tomorrow. Take care.